everyone. I'm your host, AK Baby Do the Lightbringer.
I am Ziffer Man.
It's your boy Frick, the big kahuna, riding the waves of light, shredding them, if you will, ready for another epic week of bringing light. St. John, hit that.
Welcome, moon and star. Come to me through fire and war.
So it's really good to be back. Being back, one of the first things that I notice, it seems like every week we get a little more off balance. Slowly but surely, Frick is sinking into the abyss, and I'm rising above in the corner. It just continually.
I promise the camera's level.
I don't believe
I think
it.
it's probably this room.
Well, it's because the foundation of where we film, it's been shaken to the core.
Well, we're still over the ice wall, so
Exactly.
yeah, no, it just shifts a little bit.
But so, I was gone last week. Not a lot of people know, where I was, what I was doing.
See, no,
I won't go into that, but I'm really was left with one question. And I got to ask both of you. What's it worth? What's it worth?
Everything.
what's what worth?
It.
What do you mean it?
You
It,
tell me.
Brendan.
Like
Yeah, you tell me.
life?
It.
God.
What's it worth?
God, no, I want to go ahead and press the off button every day, so nothing.
So it's worth nothing. Then why do you continue?
Because it's something.
Well, how can it be something?
Because you make something out of nothing.
Exactly. That's your it.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's
so
it.
what is it worth to you?
yeah.
It's something versus nothing.
Profound.
He's really got it. He is locked in.
Get ready, because I'm about to be the Diogenes of this podcast.
Mm. How did he pass?
Oh, he just held his breath till he died.
Now, see, that's a man with a purpose.
Exactly.
That's a man who knows what it is worth.
Yeah, I'm troll
True.
casting this entire life.
Can you hold your breath until you die?
I mean, I believe I can.
How many subs?
Well, if we get like 1.5 million, I mean, I can try.
We can always bring you back.
Oh.
A quick death.
Yeah, you can try. I mean, like, I'm down for it.
So wait, so you're saying after like a minute of holding your breath, when panic starts to set in, you think you're the kind of guy who can push past that panic and continue to hold it in?
Oh, dude, you're talking to a man that drowned for 2 minutes.
How many times?
Wait,
Like 5 or 6 times.
okay, but drowning is not the choice. Drowning is just like a situation that's thrust upon you.
I actually think drowning is
No.
kind of a choice. There's a lot of ways people die that I always am left going, how? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, no, apparently jumping up from the bottom of Buffalo Creek, by the way, shout out to Blue Rock. But apparently jumping off of a cliff and belly flopping apparently is not a very smart way to live.
But it's an extremely efficient way to die.
Yeah, no, trust me, I know.
Well, clearly it didn't work.
Afterwards,
Herman's stubborn.
yeah, no.
Death isn't going to be able to get him that
So
easily.
something I'm interested, we're talking about death. Do you guys buy the after death stories? Or like, I died on the operating table and then I went to heaven and then I came back. Do you guys buy those stories?
Not even close.
I like the ones that are consistent.
I don't
with other
buy 'em.
ones.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't buy them.
yeah, no, they feel like the everybody stood up on the bus and clapped stories.
Oh, I know what you're referencing.
Oh,
It's like there was a bully on the bus and I went and just socked him in the mouth and everyone applauded and the bus driver gave me $20.
yeah, no,
that could be real. That could have happened.
It could have. The statistical anomaly of it though, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and press X to disbelieve.
I mean, I'm not sure I would take that story as gospel, but I don't have any real reason to object to it being true. I mean, if somebody said they went through something like that,
It, yeah.
what, how could I object? I can say that sounds,
Well,
you
you
know,
can test it.
unfeasible.
You can test.
You could hold your breath.
You can hold your breath.
Which I couldn't, but
I'm just the stories. There's a type of person. Okay, so you know, like vegans are a type of people.
Okay, and there,
Like
that's a class.
Like if you saw somebody, you're like they kind of look like a vegan, or if somebody's a carnivore or a Trump supporter, like everybody's got. There's a physical makeup that
a
kind of
Hobo Johnson fan.
yeah, and I
He's
feel
so
like every one of these people with that post-death stories all have the same air about them. They all have the same look. There's something similar about all of them.
libertarians got like differently colored hair.
I don't know
Trump's
that.
got the Republican
I don't know that you could
hats.
show me a lineup of people
Oh,
and I could pick
you
out
could.
who had a
Near-death
post death.
experience. Yeah, you could.
I mean, what makes them different than an average Joe Schmo?
Okay, for starters, they gotta fucking tell you about it.
True.
Oh God, that one's that's a clean hit right there.
Yeah.
But
that's a clean
not
hit.
a look. You can't tell it by looking though.
Oh, you
so
can.
You can tell that they want to tell you something. by
Have you
looking at
ever
them.
looked at somebody and known exactly what they want to say?
Yes.
I mean, sure, but
Yeah.
there's context.
What
with
if I
it.
told you there's a whole genres that fall into that, and it it literally culminates on the face, like you can see it. You can see them about to tell you. You know what? I almost died.
You know, I think that it's easier to look at somebody and tell that they're not gonna gab my ear off rather than they probably have something to say. I don't know that I could just look at somebody and be able to tell that.
Homework for this week: go out in public, start thinking what people want to say to you, and then ask them, "What do you want to tell me?" You watch.
Please stop talking to me. That's gonna be the first thought right there.
More often than not, it's gonna be accurate. You're gonna have successfully guessed exactly what they wanted to tell you.
You can change what they want to tell you. You can make active choices to, like, for example, yes, you
No.
absolutely you can.
No,
If I'm at the checkout line with just a Sprite, you know, they might want to say one thing. But if I pull up with like a bottle of lube, a cucumber, and some like gloves, I have changed the entire
Here's how
their
that
entire
it's gonna
brains.
go. Wow, this really reminds me of my near-death experience.
wow.
Boom, straight into the story.
No, see,
That's honestly okay. That's probably true.
I was actually gonna go with Mormons on this one because apparently asking them about Tyrannosaurus Rex and their special magic underwear apparently pisses them off.
So that sounds why?
Okay, kids, gather around the campfire.
I'm curious.
So
I don't know why.
back when I was living in the great nation of Idaho, I had a whole bunch of Mormons coming around my place. Now, I did the very, 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 very stupid idea of doing drugs. I do not recommend.
No, this is a clean podcast, and we do not recommend any form of experimentation.
Or
For those at home.
Mormon interaction
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
matter.
Oh, yes, but they found me. Anyway,
While you were doing drugs?
no, after they found me doing drugs.
Okay.
So, they found me afterwards. I think that I'm probably on some like blood list or something where they can just track me that I wasn't
So the
privy
Mormons
to.
put trackers in your blood.
Yes, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I'm almost certain.
I want to say the story's already coming together.
Okay. So, now imagine a young me. 23. I've just been out of the military.
Literally ripped to the gills.
So, after getting kicked out of college, I go ahead and go into my home, and then all of a sudden, a whole bunch of Mormons come over. Oh, hey, well, we want to talk about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I went, oh, okay, that sounds good. So what are you, Catholics, Episcopalians, pathologists?
Homo
Scientologists.
sapiens.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, we're Mormons. We're gonna come over. Oh, cool. When? You are never gonna know. What? We're just gonna come over.
Of course,
Did they
you're gonna
really
know.
tell you that?
In that exact voice. In that exact voice.
How would you not know? Don't they have to like have their own personal school buses to escort 10 wives and the children thereof? How could you not hear that
Dude,
stampede of
From a-
folks coming?
So,
It's only two. Ever only two.
off topic,
2 wives?
from a branding standpoint,
It's always two
Mormons really
missionaries.
lost the plot when they got rid of the multiple wives. Like that was the only thing they had going for them.
That
Like
sounds,
that as a standout.
Yeah,
that
low-key.
sounds like a living hell. Hey, we're all on our period and it's your fucking fault.
Dude, that is true. I mean, I've heard that girls they sync up, you know, when
To the alpha woman, the
Yeah.
alpha bitch,
Mhm.
they sync to her.
Yep.
It's true.
That does sound like a really fun place to be for a week.
It's the same reason why it's true. I don't know if it's true, but it is. That when a man is around a man more alpha than him, his testosterone naturally drops.
Mm,
Unless that man is
Mm.
competitive.
mm.
Well, yeah, but
If you're a competitive guy and you're around somebody who's got more testosterone than you, I feel like it naturally spikes yours.
it could, yeah.
But
What's the stats say?
The stats on what?
Testosterone.
I'll find out.
while we wait, let me go ahead and finish my story
Yeah.
before we get buried in this. So they come over to my apartment. They come in. Hey, how's it going? Now, mind you, I am tripping on 3 sheets of acid.
Wait.
Perfect.
Sheet. So that's 100 a sheet, right? Are you talking about like a strip, which is 10? Because one of those means you took 30 tabs, and the other one means you took 300. So
He's talking about a
Strips.
blanket.
Oh God, no!
A
That,
billboard of
that
acid,
point,
bro.
that's a quilt. No, so I took like 3 strips, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a good night. I've completely forgotten that these people were coming over. I send my ex-wife into the other room and tell her just go hide because you're not gonna want to hear any of this crap. And I proceed to just like decimate everything that their shit says.
While tripping, or you haven't really.
Yeah,
bro's
because
in tune. Bro is a frequency at this point.
Okay.
He's not even like a soul.
And you're just
He's tuned in.
oh,
lay it
I
on.
am so blazed out of my mind. I am completely gone.
but you're still beating them.
Oh yeah. Hey, when you die, you get your own planet. Okay, but what's heaven then?
A lot of planets. That seems pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay. So, did you know that once you reach a certain level, you get magic underwear?
No,
There's
but I
levels in
believe it.
I
Mormonism.
knew that.
Yeah, there are levels.
I knew that.
I didn't know there were tiers.
You know that rap song where he mentions there's levels to the shit? He's
Yeah.
not talking about the rap game. I swear. He's talking
You're saying
about
that you're saying
Mormonism.
Eminem is a Mormon expert.
Probably. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he might actually be a Mormon, except for the Godzilla song. But
What?
but no. I was just like every single second they would bring up something like, "Hey, do you have any questions about the Bible?" Well, how does God feel about dinosaurs? How does God feel about magic underwear? Why were white people in Mexico?
These are the deep Mormon questions that have yet to be answered.
Wow.
Why would John fucking, I want to say Stamos, but that's probably for
Stacy, just say Stacy.
Stacy. Why was he why did he have to interpret that twice when Moses only took once? I mean, if it's the
Well,
word of
because Moses was he's a Hebrew.
Something funny about
Well, actually, though, Moses did have to do it twice because he broke the first ones in frustration.
Oh wow.
something I think is funny about Moses is though he was under divine help when he wrote the first few books of the Bible, in Exodus, there's a verse that says, "And Moses was the most humble man to ever have lived," and
Wow.
he wrote that.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
But
He-
it was from God.
Right.
So it wasn't really him. He was inspired.
But
God
I
said,
have to
God said,
wonder.
write this down.
I just have to wonder, like, what if God was like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna go take a break and check out the rest of the world for a sec. I'll be
Yeah.
back. And then Moses just like slipped in a little Easter egg for us.
Moses should be at the front of the buffet line.
So the magic underwear is allegedly about like you're like baptized, then the temple recommends you, then for adults you go on a mission, and then you go through temple endowment, and then you just wear these underwear. As like-
Temple endowment is where you.
it's like
Whoa.
It's an enlargement.
it's considered
of
like
ground.
Wait. You're telling me if I can be Mormon, I can go ahead and grow my junk?
it's supposed to be like temple clothes, like you wear them when you're in a sacred place or like when you're like trying to be particularly holy or something.
What the man, dude? I can go into any church with boxers on, and they're just gonna be like, "Hey, you're still here to see Jesus," and the Mormons are like, "Hey, shield
I
your
don't know
nuts.
that
You're
that's
gonna."
Actually, so like statistically speaking, 8 out of 10 churches, if you walk in with underwear on, you won't be turned away.
Okay, we got to test this out. Furman can be the guy.
The Catholics will not let you do that, I promise.
Well, that's because
I
the
think the Catholics actually might explicitly
They're flexible.
let it.
Yes.
You know.
The Catholics have been a little bit.
As for the testosterone thing, what I found was that it's not scientifically proven that your testosterone lowers, but it's like you get a feeling of inadequacy, and
And it's a snowball.
that might
It's a
trigger
snowball.
that.
So
But
I think
it's
that
not
that's a
proven.
person to person thing. Either you feel inadequate or you feel like you have to be better than that guy. And so I mean, like, either way, I guess wanting to be better than that guy is like a subtle insecurity, like a subtle inadequacy. But I think it's geared towards boosting your own testosterone.
So Furman, what happened to the Mormons after you put them in their place on
Oh.
LSD?
yeah, we gotta know.
Oh, they came back. They
With
kept
love?
coming. Oh, every single time. The most geriatric. Oh my gosh.
Why
little
didn't you
boy.
convert? Why didn't you convert?
Well, I would think about that, but I am looking at the longest middle finger toe that I have ever seen. Jesus Christ. Please get socks.
It ain't even that bad. Bro.
It is that bad. He's got 2 knuckles. No, not on my Air Force Ones.
My toes have been described as finger toes. I can throw rocks with the same accuracy and power as my hands.
He is the missing
It's-
link.
It's a real skill.
He is the Sasquatch.
You need to practice foot centricity, Furman.
Indeed.
Foot centricity.
No, because
You know, one time,
look,
Keep your shoes on, Furman,
one time
please.
Frick came over my house. He had shoes on. I don't know how the conversation came up, but he was like, "Yeah, I'd normally be barefoot," and I was like, "You'd be barefoot anytime you want in my house." And from then on, he's never worn anything on his feet in my house.
so what that means is that you fucking goofed.
That's actually one of the like top 3 reasons why I moved out to the village. I hate living somewhere where walking around barefoot isn't sustainable. And I can do that here.
We're here to live a sustainable life,
Mm-hmm.
an eco-friendly barefoot life.
I think about my future children, and I have to ask myself, can they walk around here barefoot? And if the answer is no, I'm not in the right place.
How do
Yeah.
you have 2 knuckles in your foot?
That is a good question.
Since Frick is the topic of the night, we have a comment for him.
Ooh.
It was, wow, didn't know you were going to be on the podcast tonight, from Angelina Taylor 123.
Oh yeah, well I popped a 500 milligram acetaminophen to hopefully kill the migraine, and I thought about it. I was sitting up talking at my house, and I asked myself, is it really that much of a strain to sit and talk in a different building? And the answer was no. So I walked over here. I took 20 steps, and found myself,
What a
staying true to
strong,
my commitment.
able-bodied man.
Let's
right
give
there.
this man a round of
A
applause.
strong man.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
No, actually, a little bit of shame on
Yeah.
it.
He's Benny flipping.
I'll deal with the slight shame. I spent all of yesterday working, feeling just as bad as I did today. So I mean, I've put in my work while I'm sick hours this week.
Let me ask you this: when you're really sick, let's say now, for instance, what's your solution?
Okay, so I slept, took no medicine, slept some more, and then popped pain reducer an hour before I came on the pod.
But I mean, you're sick and you really got to perform. Like you really got to do something.
Oh, well, you just do that shit.
Mm.
You can't, I mean, circumstance doesn't change responsibility. And I've made a commitment to this podcast. And though I could have just said, I'm not feeling it, I should just stay home and rest
Yeah.
some more. It's not taking a lot of energy out of me to sit here and fulfill my commitment. So if it were something that required even more, I'd dig. Bro, stop touching my toes.
Furman is
Furman.
ruining this serious topic. We do have foot contact made.
He's got 2 knees in his fucking foot. I don't understand.
2 knees.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
Furman.
Like it's
Furman.
bothering me.
I gotta get this out of the way.
Let me. Okay, go ahead.
If you want to see his dick, you can just ask him.
No, I'm afraid it's gonna have another knee in
bro,
it.
not to spike your dopamine, but I have been to the temple endowment ceremony. So you can see my magic underwear if you'd like. Before we segue out of this, thanks, honey, for tuning in to the. If your significant other tunes into the podcast, that's how you know it's worthwhile, right there. You got
Shout out to the others.
Shout out the
Shout out.
others.
Shout out to all of, including
The many in the Church of Mormon
yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
and the sister wives.
And
Shout out.
Shout out.
and shout out to the midget too, lover.
The Hobbit.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of hobbits, Furman, do you want to tell us about your whole endeavor with children and how much you love them being around your feet in particular?
Oh okay.
Gather around, children, but not too closely, for Uncle Furman has a story to tell you.
Oh yeah. So, the first time that I ever kicked a child inside the face. 7
I like that band.
at
I
7
liked it
years
too.
old, I went ahead and I went over for Christmas Eve to go ahead and sleep over at my sister's house. Keeping the tradition alive. Both my parents had passed, and we were going to go ahead and have a jolly good evening. Now, this is while I was with my ex, Voldemort. She was sleeping on one couch, I was sleeping on the other, and my autistic nephew came over. Now, mind you, if you wake me up in the dead of sleep, most of the time, I will go ahead and swear at you like you were basically a common criminal.
The common critical.
So,
About to hit him with a critical straight to the dome.
Is it a
yep.
moist one?
Bro,
That's what
finna
matters
catch
to
a game and watch 9.
Oh, dude, he's about to catch a critical 12. Fucking.
Okay.
So, he comes up to me. He grabs me by my feet. Now, mind you, he looks like Chucky at this point. He looks like Ronald McDonald without any makeup. So he grabs me by my feet, and I go. So he got a rude wake up from sleepwalking, proceeds to cry to his mommy because apparently getting a foot upside your head is not a very good thing.
That's actually not true. The amount of light that coursed through his body upon contact, he cried because he didn't know he'd never been that bright.
Oh
True.
yeah, no, he was very bright because afterwards he learned how to talk. After the other time where I dropped him on his head on the sidewalk.
People wonder why autism rates are rising. Is it the chemicals in our food? No. It's the lack of ass whooping that people receive these days.
Being autistic. But he proceeds to wake up from sleepwalking, which I felt so bad afterwards. I'm not gonna lie. I love my nephew. He is the coolest fucking little dude.
Did you kick him while he was sleepwalking? Because that'd really be.
Yeah, no, that's what happened. He came over. He thought I was his mom sleeping on the couch, and he just came over. He was like, he just. It wasn't even like a tight grasp. It was just like a, hey, I'm awake, and I went, boom.
Poor
Here's
kid,
the
bro.
real question. How far did the kid get sent flying? What was the airtime on that?
Oh God, it was like 3-4 seconds. Like I gave it everything I could. Like
Wow.
you do not wake me up.
You were responding to any and all possible threats with the full force
of,
coursing through your body into the foot in this moment. That's
of SEAL
Wow.
Team 6.
oh
Yes.
shit.
You
Okay.
sure it wasn't 6-7 seconds?
Your
it was
ear
actually
share has
8-9.
been diluted immediately. 1% down.
But what ended up happening is apparently a screaming child will wake a mother up, which I was promptly asked to leave after the sun rised.
After the sunrise.
Yeah, because she took.
Not before.
Yeah, no. She was like, "Look,
She's not a monster.
Yeah.
yeah, no." She was like, "Man, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Just get the hell out of
You
here."
better not be here when I wake up.
Yeah,
That's the
basically.
gist.
Hey, Christmas Day is gonna be a little shitty if you're here.
You gave him like the best present he probably received that Christmas.
Oh,
Awareness and literacy.
I guess because like something clicked in that kid. Like he used to come up to me and he would be like, now he's like, "Hi, Unc."
He learned his place.
Genius level.
That's great.
Yeah,
Surely that's the only time you've kicked a kid in the face.
see, that's where you would be wrong.
Of course, of course.
So, actually, before this incident, I kicked an 8-year-old in the face. Oh,
You already had the practice.
gather round, kids, gather round, gather round. So, I took a trip to the Ozarks where they actually shot the Ozarks. Beautiful scenery.
Shot it in what?
In the TV.
Ozark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Ozark.
Yeah. It was a beautiful spot. Beautiful spot. Smoked in it, fucked up the Airbnb, made somebody else pay for it. But we went over to see a friend of a friend that we both communally known. Well, he had a
Jason Bateman.
close actually.
Me and Furman. We both know this guy.
Yeah. Well, not you, but a guy that I'm gonna name Joe Sieve.
Joe Sieve.
But
He also goes by Josie.
yeah, or just hi. But any hoozles. So we're going into this place. I just bought a drone. I'm having a great time. I helped pay for the trip and everything. We're doing great.
Wait,
We're
you said a
having
drone?
fun. Yeah, a drone. Yeah. I don't have it anymore because bitches be bitches. But
Bro, we need Furman on the main feed right now. Bro's just straight free flowing the shit out of this.
okay, so
Like I wasn't inspired, but I just became inspired. I know what he's about to deliver next is truly insane.
okay, so we have the stepmom of the person that's coming in, and we're doing fine. We're doing great. We're doing fantastic. Everything's going great. And she goes, "Hi, I got this 8-year-old." And I went, "Oh, that's cool. That's great." Now, this kid is so energetic. He is just ready. He's ready to just love the entire world. And he comes at me. Now, mind you, this is in my bad days. This is in my bad days.
Before you came to the light.
But this is in my bad days where I am smoking hella weed. I am just getting high as giraffe titties.
Family friendly.
Oh, sorry. Bat boobies. But I was high, and we had already been there for like 300 minutes. I was already done with it. This kid comes at me, and he is about like yay tall. I'm about like yay tall. So I thought when he came to hug me that putting up my foot like so would be enough to like stop him.
To deter him from making physical contact with you.
Yes, because as an adult man, having a child touch you is scary. It just is. It just is. All right. I'm sorry. But I proceeded to lose my balance because there's nothing worse than having some random child come up and hug you and their mother coming around the side. All right, John Wayne Gacy, come on.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, exactly.
John Wayne Gacy was the clown killer, bro.
Yeah, I don't care. Like the point being,
Epstein, Gacy, I mean.
yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that on your conscience. You don't want that. No, fuck that. So I went.
Killing clowns.
Well, I mean, kill clowns
Or
every
being a
day,
clown.
but any hoozles. He comes around the corner. He comes around the cabinet. I'm f***ing around with this and that, trying to read the manual and everything. And then all of a sudden he comes around. I go, whoop. And he face plants. And he goes so fast, he knocks me backwards into the counter. Now, that countered. So I went
counter
from
parried?
He hit a perfect parry.
yeah, I went from who to who because I don't want to step on something that isn't the ground. I fucking face planted this kid. He still probably has a Nike sticker stuck to his face.
So essentially, for like the first half of this, you didn't actually kick him. He ran into your foot.
Yeah, she ran into the doorknob. Yeah. Yeah.
Sarcasm.
Mhm.
So a lot of stories, man. A lot of stories. I gotta ask though, where was the light?
The light was that kid opening his eyes after he woke up about 10 minutes later. he
And did he feel grateful?
Oh, he definitely did because like he just got up. He was just like an Energizer bunny, like
You said this kid had autism?
oh no, my nephew does.
Yeah, the other one.
Oh, the other one
Honestly,
did.
the reason that this story has even come to be is because the word no has lost so much power.
Mm.
If you had just said no in the stoic, brolic voice that I know you possess, that should have been enough. But it's not these days. It almost feels useless at this point.
No, dude. No has been down-regulated into oblivion. They down-regulated the fuck out of no.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just a made-up word now. You say it just for shits and giggles.
Dude,
No.
It's actually, I think it's one of like the only words that's like the same across most languages. No is just no. And no matter where you go, you could be in the middle of, the jungle and you come across a tribe and they may not understand anything you have to say other than no.
Right.
That might be all that you get across to them. So, I mean,
The trick is the only way to make no count today is you have to add weight to it. They have to know you're somebody that when you say no, there's really something behind it. Like that's the only way.
I think it comes from the fact that people just like run their mouth constantly. So, if there's no power or weight in your words, especially no, then I mean, your ability to accomplish things is as simple as, one boundary you want to set in your day-to-day life becomes near impossible because if you're known for always following through on saying no and meaning it, that's you can keep that going. But if you're even one time you say something and you don't follow through on it, the debt that puts you in for the people around you is deeper than the Mariana Trench. It takes actually so long to dig out of that hole.
I think it comes from how this, our generation and the ones, after us have been raised.
Mm-hmm.
Like parents, I think, tell their kids no probably less than ever. Or even if they say no a lot, they still kind of give in and they compromise. And I think that creates a class of people who think no means the starting phase of a compromise. Like no means the
Maybe.
starting point of a
Yeah.
negotiation.
Yeah, like maybe we can negotiate a little bit.
Mhm. Now, if you're a people pleaser, I think it's particularly hard to say no. Especially if you're just naturally an agreeable person. It's hard to tell somebody no.
Oh, I can agree with that immediately.
I've found the best way, at least for me, because many people say I have no issue saying no. I disagree, but people would characterize me as somebody who easily tells others no. I don't think that I am, but the best way to do it for me is if you isolate your focus to just one thing, like as best you can, focus on a single thing. It becomes so much easier to say no to everything else. Like, for example, if you go, I'm going to start a workout regimen, between these hours, and I'm going to follow it every day. And somebody goes, do you want to, hang out at this time? And it just happens to be the same time. It's easy to say no. But if you didn't have that in place, if you didn't have that focus in place and you didn't want to do it anyway, you didn't really want to hang out with that person. But now you've got something in place. You've got something to keep you from doing it.
Right. A good reason. Yeah. I've noticed this about you. Whenever you say no, most of the time, it's accompanied with a laugh, and it's not necessarily like you're shutting somebody out from conversing about why you've said no, which is like one thing people, like younger people, hate is when they're told no and not given like, a reason as to why. That it's like you should just trust this, which I can see why that's applicable in a situation where maybe things are urgent and you don't have time to explain yourself.
Right.
You just need to trust that person. But with you, you're just like, no, bro.
Well, I'll tell you
It's like-
something that I've realized that I do. I don't know where this lands with keeping the consistency, but if somebody reaches out to me for a favor, for advice, or advice is different, but I have a knee-jerk no reaction. No. Like, if I get a call, hey, can you come help me with this? No. Just right away, no. And then I go, tell me about it. Because I want to temper the outcome. I want to I don't want to feel on the fence. So I'll always start with the no.
You should do that.
And then get more info.
If you say yes and then get more info and say no, that's infinitely more damaging to that relationship than if you said no and then change your mind to yes.
So
Yeah, because every no after that is just gonna be diminished.
So like when your neighbor's house is on fire and he's asking, please help me, I'm trapped. No. And then you go, well, tell me about it.
No, man.
Are we
Sponsored
right near
by-
the front door? Can I get to you easy?
Walk me through it. I might consider helping out.
Are you on the top floor?
Let me get this straight. You didn't have an escape plan already? You didn't like set to meet at the mailbox?
So a prime
What's going
example. I've used this on you. One night, you called me and you wanted to borrow my Switch. First thing I told you, no. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
No. And then I said, tell me what's going on. And then I hooked you
I
up.
actually don't remember the first thing you told me being no.
It was no.
I just remember you saying, "Man, I think I'm kind of needed. What's going on?" So
It
it
was
was
a no.
it was essentially a no, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. I don't remember it being blatantly.
I remember it
negatory.
blatant because I thought back about it. I literally thought about it after I did it. So I know it was a no.
All right.
See, like this is gonna be the next movie now. It's not gonna be Jim Carrey and Yes Man. It's gonna be AK Baby Doo as the No Man.
The no man.
No, you can't get a kite flying fucking
Well-
certificate. No.
Actually, it was really irritating because you said you said yes, and I brought the entire gaggle of goobs I had with me that night over to collect it. And on the way there, I said, "Hey guys, Matt has, elected to let us use his Switch. We should all in unison, sing him a little ditty. Get him a little hyped up."
Yeah.
And we get there, and I turned around and I said, "All right, and the one, and the two, and I got it all set up. It was all beautiful. They even knew what to say,
Yeah.
and no one did anything but Spencer. And Spencer didn't even do what we practiced.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was really
happened,
upset
man.
about. I think about that all the time. It was such a small failure.
What a night. The memories we've shared, that'll forever be. The way I said no, the way that the performance fell through. I mean, it was the events.
Yeah.
Down in the manger, they played all the smash.
Keeping on the no topic, somebody I'm close with, I don't, they say this a lot, and it stands out to me as something people don't really talk about or say as much these days. The statement, "I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like that." Just that statement alone, most people today won't use.
Mm.
They won't use it. Like, when did it become, illegal to say I don't like something?
Taboo. Even.
Oh God.
And,
Name a date. Like
dislikes are gone on YouTube. Social media is filled with positive incentives. Where's the negative? Like,
the
where's
comment, the
no?
Instagram comment sections.
Where's the no?
oh God.
Because a dislike is like a form of no. It's like, no,
Blair White.
this sucks.
Dude, Blair White, Rush Limbaugh, fucking dude, we've had no-nos all throughout history.
I've found the more hysterical commentators, what they say isn't as strong as the statement, "I don't like that." Because it seems more baity to me. Like, it's more of a hysteria game than "I don't like that."
Mm,
It's because they're looking for the views, and they know that if they choose a side on anything, they're liable to lose that target audience.
Mm-hmm.
They've now, like, especially if it's a big issue, they're liable to lose half their fan base. And I think that having the strength to continue to state your true opinion on something, regardless of how it affects the audience, I think that's the sign of of a true commentator, of a true podcaster. You can't just give in to something because you're worried about how you're going to be perceived once you've revealed your thoughts on something.
okay, all right. Well, all right. Okay. 1 second. Let me go ahead and pause you guys for a second. What about Alex Jones?
He's kind of retarded. That's all I can say about Alex.
He's
Jones.
turning the fucking frogs gay. See, like, we do have people out there that are willing to go ahead and say no and say nuh-uh. And I have an infinity shield. Nuh-uh, you can't hit me with your chainsaw in the imaginary game of politics. So where exactly do we draw the line? Because, like, Alex Jones, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching him because he's crazy as hell. He's got to be schizophrenic. He's got to be fucking crazy. Like, there's no doubt about that.
Here's where we draw the line. It happens obtusely and vaguely. It doesn't happen on the personal level. So it's very rare a friend does something you don't like, and you're like, "I don't like that. I don't like that." It's not common. People, they want to buffer the friction, especially in their interpersonal relationships. And like, you see it all the time. It'll be a podcaster who has a strong opinion about something. Next thing you know, they got a counter opinion on the show, and all of a sudden they're nicer, and they're a little bit more smooth, and they're a little bit more agreeable. Not always, but more often than not.
Okay, so does that mean that you can't change your opinion given good enough options, or does that mean like they just dig in their heels and they're like, "Nuh-uh"?
Obviously, if you receive information that changes your opinion, you're changing your mind is not illegal. But if it's a pattern, it's like you flip flop a lot, like like crazy P. If you know that guy, then I mean, if you flip flop your opinion all the time, then that's what you get known for. But if every once in a while you receive information that changes your mind, that's not the same thing.
I think we've sacrificed our local disagreeability, and we've kind of just transferred it into the macro hysteria.
Okay, so what you're saying is basically we've kind of conformed to like a public notion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, this is a weird example, but septum piercings.
Oh, you mean how that means that chicks suck dick?
What?
I think more
Well,
often
I
it means they
agree.
don't.
I agree.
Yeah, I was about to
No,
say.
you're out of your damn mind if you think that.
Okay.
Oh no,
No,
okay,
it definitely.
You think
Furman's
you
right.
think straight women get septum piercings more than lesbian women do?
oh,
No, but I think lesbian women suck dick more than straight women.
actually,
What?
yeah, no,
What?
it's like a vegan thing.
100%.
Okay,
It's
I know.
it's a vegan thing. Like
I don't like
once
that.
a
I'm
year,
I'm sorry.
like this.
once
this
a
point.
year they get to
Let's-
go ahead and eat bacon.
What do
Okay,
you- that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
Can somebody
that's
explain
women,
this?
bro. Like, yeah,
Bro,
I just
I'm
dropped
lost.
some raw knowledge for the listeners.
Raw.
That is
You
true.
thought women made sense?
yeah, no, they
This-
don't make sense. They make dollars, and
Well,
that's
this
from
isn't-
sucking dick, bro.
This isn't women that I'm questioning. This is like the definition of being a lesbian. Where does my brain hurts?
For
yeah,
80% of lesbian marriages end in divorce. Where do you think they go after that divorce? It's a 4-letter word. Starts with D.
DICK. So they know they'll be okay. Which it's basically like okay. Let me explain it. Let me break it down for him. Okay,
I'm
so
ready.
this is basically the vegan theory. Okay.
I don't
once-
know vegan theory, but I'm
Oh.
interested.
Okay, so the vegan theory. All right, kids, gather around the campfire. So, what the vegan theory is like once you stop being vegan, you go back to meat.
So simple. Yeah,
That's
so profound.
honestly everything that I didn't understand is now it's come to the light. I understand. what
And
you're
then I
saying.
actually
Brought from the darkness, you're welcome.
this is a true story to add to this point. I had a friend who was vegan for like 2 or 3 years and talked about it. I mean, a lot of the time. It'd always be a topic of conversation. And one day I asked him, where do you find the discipline to do it? Like, how do you pull it off? And he told me, quote unquote, well, it got a lot easier when I decided to have a burger every now and then.
What?
That is like a Christian sitting there being like, sometimes, I practice as a
So
Muslim.
how do you maintain only liking women? Well, I convinced myself to, suck a dick every now and then.
As you do.
I mean, balanced as all
Balanced,
things
right.
must be.
Right.
But the point I was going to make, maybe try and come back. I feel like this topic was a lot more interesting. What we're talking about right now. But the septum piercing.
Right.
I had a girlfriend who had one. And my grandpa, the first time seeing it, said in all seriousness, and he didn't say it in a loving way or a comfortable way or a friendly way. He said something to the effect of, I will tie a rope around that, chain it to my truck, and drag you across the yard. Do you think you're a fucking bull? And
Hell yeah.
he
Your
said that
grandpa-
straight to my girlfriend in that tone. And that's what I mean. We don't do enough. We're not doing enough of these things anymore.
We're not hooking up enough jumper cables to women with nipple piercings.
My grandpa never
Oh.
looked at the TV and got upset or angry. Or never. What he did, he looked for those around him.
And he was like, nah, nah, fuck this.
Exactly.
Truly the grandpa Lightbringer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Grandpa Lightbringer right there.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. That sounds like
the
my fucking-
lantern lighter, if you will.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I got a story for another podcast. By the way, stay tuned, kids. my grandpa had to be dragged off by 8 cops because he was about to beat the shit out of a dude.
Okay,
More on that next week.
Next week. Next week.
Stay tuned, everybody.
What do we gotta cover, man? Because I'm trying to attack the world. I'm trying to bring some light.
Attack the world.
Yeah.
Allow me to usher us into a new topic. So, I think back to how we, as in American culture, we talked about how no way that JFK was taken out by anybody other than the government, but that's conspiracy theorist nonsense. 9/11, no way that anybody other than our government facilitated this. Okay. Pearl Harbor, all of these ideas, thinking anything other than what you're taught in school, conspiracy theory. So basically what we've learned after, realizing we were right about these things is that truth and conspiracy theorists just intermingle perfectly. And I think that this speaks to an even bigger stereotype, and that's that righteousness and cults often intermingle as well. The right kind of cults, that is. So my question is, when does, following God and getting into a huge community of people who don't want to live the way the world thinks we should live, when does that become a cult? Is it when they're labeled that by outsiders, or is it when they start engaging in, cult-like activities, like drinking the Kool-Aid, or,
I think I could kind of consolidate it. In society, culture, cult, whatever, many cults are formed all the time. But they're kind of a product of the macro cult, which is materialism. So, like, in the society we live in, if people get together with a unified vision, idea system, and put it into a business, nobody calls that a cult, or rarely. And the reason is because it's for the dollar, to make some money, to have a good life. And nobody questions that as a cult. But when the incentive swaps to something different, when the incentive of a group of people is something ethereal or religious or not monetary, it's far more likely to be labeled a cult.
Well, I think it's more of like whenever they start making crazy demands where they're like, hey, let me fuck your daughter or your wife, just.
Well, I was going to say that comes next, which is, when does what's being asked of you become more sacrificial than beneficial? And so I think anything that's overall causing people to just wane and extracting them of resources over time, obviously, is going to be called a cult.
I mean, I think that, what you're talking about, Furman, whenever you get when you start out with the group of people with the unified vision and you begin to expand, and let's say you've gone from 8 dudes to 300 people on one property. That's a lot of personalities to wrangle at that point. And there are going to be cracks. And those cracks really can be used to identify the whole. So if you have 250 people all still unified under the one vision, which is to, follow God, to give, to live off the land, to be in community with one another, but then you have a handful who are just misrepresenting, then the whole idea that you were working to create to the outside world becomes, that view becomes poison.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, it could be something with extremely good intentions, and then there's always going to be a few bad actors that crop up or that get corrupted over time. And then the outward perspective is always, wow, this was poison to the core. Like,
right.
This was just deeply wrong.
And and what makes this so difficult is, especially whenever you follow a deity such as Jesus, you really like truly want it to be all inclusive, and to avoid this poisoned outlook from the rest of the world, you almost have to handpick and even that's not going to be 100% reliable, but for better results, you almost have to handpick people to ensure that the image remains sanctified.
I find it's more often than anything a power issue. You know, power corrupts. And even somebody on the path of doing good who gains power along the way, it's going to be so much harder to maintain the proper path, to
Well,
maintain the good message, to keep the balance. Like it's going to be increasingly more difficult as the power grows, as the influence grows.
what do you? I mean, what kind of power would a man receive in leading people to community with each other
Yeah.
and with Christ? I mean, like, what's the power to be gained there?
People naturally gravitate towards the more social and, you know, just leaders rise out of any group. The power is there'll come a point where they can call on a person to do something they either shouldn't do or is bad.
Charles
And-
Manson.
And they're going to feel compelled to do it. If the person who brought the community together is still there and you're following this person and he's like, wow, all these good things have been produced, all this community, all this friendship, family, and they call you to do something that causes that's way off, like anything that's been done before. You know how strong you have to be to go like to fight back on that?
Yeah, because typically they go ahead and they make them relinquish their money. They make them relinquish their
wife.
time. Yeah, the light, everything.
And the daughters.
Bingo. Dude, I'm not going to lie. If there was somebody that was like, hey, look, I'm not going to bang your wife tonight if you go and rob a bank, I'd be like, well, where's the shiesty?
Okay, so you're saying that the power struggle comes from crossing into the inevitable
So-
situation where you have to make a difficult choice.
Well, here's my dilemma. I want to go a little bit deeper on this because it ties into a bigger issue. The world today has swapped to I'm a man of data. Like there's pride in saying I follow the data. What's the data? I see grown men work at companies talking about, let me see the data. They don't want to make a judgment. They want to follow numbers. I don't think that's the right way to live. I think it removes the human, it removes the intuition, it removes the spirit. I don't think there's anything to be gained from being a man of just data. But it's a reaction to a world of very flawed leaders. Like the data man is the byproduct of the Marilyn Mansons, like of the one who had you drink the Kool-Aid, I forget the name.
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. It's a counter reaction to just a consistent message of these leaders will turn on you at some point and they don't have your best interest at heart. And so we follow the data. And I don't think either is right.
So do you think that to have a successful community, that there can't be one person considered to be in charge?
No. Absolutely not.
Because obviously, you know, in a grand scheme sort of way, God is the one that they should be putting as the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the moment you remove that, because lots of people can't see that, they're looking at the group itself. Do you think that the community needs one person, like one shepherd, or do you?
I've always tried to solve this problem. I think about this problem all the time. I think realistically, I think the best answer is it's also the least likely that the leader happens to also be the most sacrificial. So out of 100 people, the one guy who's leading the group also happens to be the most sacrificial. Very, very, very unlikely dynamics. Because people don't like to follow the sacrificial guy. Like, it just tends to not be the case. They want to follow the guy who's got all the shit, who tells you, yeah, you go do this, this, and this. And, yeah, I've got the better house.
Oh.
How did he get it?
Okay, well then here comes the
follow through.
Not the follow through, more so here comes the incentive for the data people. If you know, if the people in this community, excluding the leader, seem blessed and happy, and they seem like they're truly connected with
Mhm.
something bigger than themselves, then what would really be the deterrent from following the sacrificial guy? I mean, maybe his house is the smallest and his resources are in the least, the least supply, but his where he has guided the people has been great for everybody else. I mean, I feel like that wouldn't be a unless the community got greedy,
Yeah.
then the sacrificial guy would still be worth
In theory,
following.
I'm with you. In an ideal world, I'm with you.
Okay, one second. If I might,
Yeah.
let me go ahead and bring a little darkness to
Because
you.
I'm very interested in the Furman take here.
I also have a
Okay.
take.
Well, let me go first and then.
Right ahead, Furman.
All right. So, kiddos, it's called being human beings. What you're talking about is socialism.
Lord.
Look, no matter how you slice it, people are going to be people no matter how you people them. You're going to be able to try and bring them to the light, but somebody's going to go, hey, I'd rather live in a mansion than my car. And if that guy is bringing the best message, the best things of this world, he's going to go ahead and turn everyone against him because he's going to make the small things happen. Because the big guy is making big things happen. It's going to be, hey,
I genuinely believe that what he just said, where if you're really making the right difference, you're going to end up turning everyone against you.
exactly. It's the reason why
Because of selfish desires?
Exactly. And it's just the human condition. It's I don't want to live in my car while somebody has a jacuzzi in his back room and he's got all the bitches up there.
Well, I want to extrapolate two things here. And one is really diving down to the root cause of why somebody even wants a mansion to begin with.
Mhm.
But second of all, if you are, living by the right rule set and you are putting out the correct light, you're reflecting the correct light that God has implanted in you, then the people that you bring into this community shouldn't be as material oriented, like especially a mansion, bitches, obviously if you're pulling people towards your community, it's because they're tired of that lifestyle anyways. Now that's not going to say that over time those desires might creep back up into people, but
Mhm.
there's nothing like if they want that, they can leave, because that's the big thing that we have. That's the biggest gift we have as human beings is choice. You can choose the life of wanting a mansion and wanting bitches and wanting whatever you can get your hands on, but you can also choose something more simple towards a bigger light. Because me personally, would it be cool to live in a mansion? Sure, but that's not really what I want. I'd be happy in a trailer as long as I was surrounded by good community. I was in relationship with God. It's really all that I need.
The second option was mysteriously missing on his recounting of would he want that?
Oh yeah, you're right. And bitches. Yeah, you're right. Bitches. I don't want bitches either.
Okay, so
I forgot to bring up it. Hey,
Okay.
bitches off my mind. That's on me.
bitch is always on my mind. Look, no, what you're talking about is communism at a social level.
No, I didn't say that. I don't think people should. I didn't say you should just give people stuff. I think you should earn your keep in a community. But I'm not saying I didn't say anything about just like giving it to people without expecting them to work in the community. That's a big point.
Here's my because I said one out of the two potential options, right? So let me tell you the other one. Because truly, I think there's two ways of being, and it's conquest or being sacrificial. Like every action falls into one of those two categories.
Mm.
Even if you're taking care of your kids, it can be a form of conquest, like helping your own bloodline, looking out for your own. That's not necessarily sacrificial. So, with that being said, you've got the two modes. And if there's a leader who's truly sacrificial, good luck. Like, good luck getting them to follow, right? But the second option is less ideal and I think it's less sacrificial, but it's far more realistic. Which is, if you look at, let's say, use Jesus as an example, the sacrifice he went through. To go and tell people, you have to be at that level. You have to get to that level of giving, to that level of sacrifice, that you could allow yourself to be crucified and killed and slowly die out. No one's going to get there. Maybe that's pessimistic, but I'm like, that's not a realistic outcome. Now, what people fall behind is the leader who doesn't go up on the cross, like the leader who didn't get sacrificed, the one who was able to avoid it and have a better life. Not saying that's right either, but I think the best you could hope for on option 2 is a leader who is strong, can build others, and then lets them go. Because over a long enough time frame, I'm telling you, anybody who has a conquest mindset will end up leeching from those who come up under him. He will end up extracting from them, and they'll become a byproduct of his own image. And so I'd say option 2 is strong leaders who build and then let go.
Yeah.
Build and let go. Build and give up.
Well, you say that people aren't going to naturally gravitate towards being as sacrificial as Jesus was, and that was extremely dramatic. That was extremely, it's the most sacrificial that anyone has ever been.
Yep.
Not just because of what he went through, but for who he went through it
Yep.
for, which was every soul. So, it's said that when you follow Christ, when you truly are seeking out that lifestyle, that it's going to change you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe at the base, who people are now, maybe that can't work. But if you're truly introducing them to Christ, and it's not for selfish reasons, you're not trying to build to go on conquest and build communities to leech off of. If you're truly trying to bring people to the light, because you know what the darkness, how the darkness is eventually going to consume, and that this life is short term. It's temporary, and you actually are looking out for people's everlasting.
Mm-hmm.
If that's why you're bringing people towards you, because it's not towards yourself, it's towards that light.
Yeah.
Then eventually it's going to change them. If it's not, then you're doing something wrong. Then you're going about it. So some part of the plan is you planned it out too much. That's what we talked about last time. That plan was too deep. You relied on your own understanding, and the plot got too thick. But I mean, I honestly think that if your intentions are as pure as they can be and as far from self-serving as possible, I think you can. I honestly think you can do both. I think you can be the most sacrificial and also be on a conquest, not for materials and not to leech, but on conquest for souls to take from the devil. To take souls away from the darkness, I think is an admirable conquest, because you're not worried about taking the land to put a mansion on it. You're not worried about having more than somebody else. You're worried about making sure that as many souls as possible can be brought to the light before it is too late for them.
And I realistically think that path is far more sacrificial than you think it is.
It has to be.
And it will result in a brutal life and painful death. And I'm not saying that's wrong.
I mean, it's
I am.
it's short term. I mean, I think sure it's going to be brutal. It's going to be extremely sacrificial, because you have to sacrifice the natural wants that you've grown up. I mean, I've grown up and I've wanted things that now I'm just like, well, I'm not taking that with me when I die. That's going to be a short-term enjoyment. I mean, you're sacrificing enjoying this life to its fullest in terms of materials and comfort. You're sacrificing comfort more than anything else, because this particular conquest is anti-comfort in the rawest form possible. You're asking for a life of discomfort, but it's so that as many souls as possible can live eternal comfort. I mean, I really don't see how a community following somebody with those kind of ideals could not respect that in some sense, even over time, because as I said, over time, the love of Jesus and what it produces, that fruit changes not just your physical anatomy, but it changes your mental state. It changes what you believe, and we're living in a time where like what we believe is just so short term. It's so self-serving. It's so comfort seeking, and I'm just not that way. It's one of the reasons why I'm bad with money, I think.
I'm gonna go ahead and let St. John go ahead and give his point
Right, yeah.
before I call you a fucking hippie.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right. My point was actually incredibly similar to Furman's in that essentially community ends up being what people would call communism or socialism. And in every circumstance that we've seen so far, there have been immense pressures from, ne'er-do-wells, people who predators who seek to come in and take what is good of that community for themselves. Because ultimately, sometimes, a lot of the time, those people prosper very well, and they tend to be surrounded by, as you were saying, a leader figure. So there is some incentive for somebody to take over that. And so I think when most of us are talking about a community lifestyle in general in life, we're talking about, in a way, like most of us don't want to do it naively. We don't want to do it in a way where we are allowing these bad actors to come in and take advantage of it all. So I do think that's something to be wary of.
Sure, you should be wary of it. However, it should not be a deterrent by any means, because the Bible says that no two-edged sword will prosper. There's going to be predators. There's going to be darkness is just going to be around, especially around a prosperous community, because that's where the darkness is going. It seeks to destroy and to consume. So you're putting a target on yourself,
Yes,
and your community by trying to fight, by attacking the world, because the world doesn't want that.
So I think you can go from the highest to the lowest to figure out, what something truly is. And this is an analogy a friend of mine uses. The nuclear game, Russia, China, US, we all have tons of nuclear weapons. These are bombs that can kill, millions of people at a time. Just send it over, drop it. We've done it before. Millions of lives blown up in an instant. As a superpower, go, I'm going to retire all of my nuclear warheads. Give up your nuclear power. Let's say the United States did that. People wouldn't even know how to react to it. That's how unbelievable it would be. Like, to give up power voluntarily on a global scale for what? And I'd say that's the right fight, right? That's making an effort. Like, that is being sacrificial. That is going, I'm open. Come hell or heaven, I'm open to the retribution of this action. And I have the perspective of, if you don't raise an army to sacrifice it, you're basically a lamb to the slaughter. And, maybe that's what we're called to be. But what I'm saying is, on a micro level, on a local level, if we all operated in that same frame of mind, that we would give up our nukes to countries we don't even trust. Like, we don't even trust Russia and China, but we'd give up our nukes. If we did that on a local level, then the levels that are higher than us would consume us completely. They would eat us alive. Now, would they have a softening over time? Would it make it to the top? Probably. And, maybe that is over the remaining existence of humanity, what we're called to do from a Christian perspective. But make no mistake about it. Like, it would be unbelievably brutal.
Yeah, that's why we had the French Revolution, we had the British Revolution, we had basically every revolution since the beginning of time. It's because once people get into a certain accustomation of power, we have to revolt, which I am just fucking waiting for the next civil war.
Between between what?
Oh, us. But
Well, I mean, what would the sides be about the
From
stuff?
false graves?
oh
A
no
civil
no no
war
no
in
no no
false
no no no
graves?
no not us. Not us. Republicans and Democrats, I don't vote, so I don't give a shit. Look,
Crazy you think that those are the two sides.
that's
I mean,
pretty much
that are
it.
gonna be in. No, bro, no way.
Yeah, because dude, you know when the last time that a third party candidate got, actually inaugurated? Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, but that's all planned carefully, anyways. I'm not
No.
sure that.
You know, thankfully, we live in Antarctica beyond the ice wall, and we don't
Right.
have to worry about elections out here.
Oh yeah, no,
True.
I just think that it's going to be like crazy as hell. But I want to go ahead and expire just a little bit more on this subject, and then we'll go ahead and pivot
Expire?
into some. Yes.
Yeah. You
All
gotta
right.
learn the
All right.
lingo.
yeah.
I'm on my way there.
Yeah, you're gonna get brought into the darkness on this one. But it's human.
If I'm gonna be brought in the darkness, I'm going to be like the light on an anglerfish,
yeah, pretty much.
bouncing
That's-
around the darkness in a jovial fashion.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna.
And you can be the anglerfish.
Nah,
Face.
oh,
Kind of looks like it.
mm.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. No, like I really do believe that down deep in our core, we all want to be good human beings, but we all do not have the same beliefs. That's the problem. Like, what is good for thee is not good for me. Look, I would love to go ahead and stop doing cocaine and drinking and smoking and fucking bitches, but hey, I didn't use the F word. I'm doing better.
Flippable.
But I truly believe that everybody has their own sorts of cherry picking that they do from stuff like the Bible, whatever the Muslims read, the Torah, Buddha, all that. They all like to go ahead and cherry pick.
Do you know the difference between the Bible and all the other ones?
If you say that
No
it's because
cherries.
it's real, I swear to God,
No,
I'm going
no,
to
that's
slap you.
that would be facetious. No, what I would say to you
It's
is
authentic.
Just watch what you say, because I'm about to slap you with this mic. I swear to God.
Christianity is the only religion where the God of the religion, man, you know,
Bro, chill.
bro,
He hasn't said the crazy thing yet.
Yeah.
All right,
At
all
least
right,
wait
all
till
right.
he's finished.
So it's the only religion where the God manifested himself amongst the people in flesh and sacrificed himself. It is the only religion where that's happened.
I'm trying to get you face in the shot.
Oh my fucking
another thing,
fucking way.
all the
no
other hold on, bro,
fucking
listen,
way.
wait, hold on. There's a part two. Hold on, wait, hold on. There's part two.
What?
All
Get ready.
all of the other religions accredit Jesus as being a good prophet, and Jesus says, I am, I have been, I will be, I am. He is the I am, bro. So if they all say he's a good prophet,
Oh my God, bro.
and he himself says that I am,
With this-
I am fully man and fully God, bro, that is the most evidence I need right there.
With this logic,
Oh,
I don't know how you're gonna beat him, Furman. I don't know how you're gonna counter with that argument.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Do you know how many virgin births there have been in every single fucking religion?
Only one.
Nope.
How many of them copied Christ, Furman?
Oh, not a lot. Because a lot of them were about the same time where they came out. Or either
A
that
lot
or
of virgin births back in that
oh yeah.
rough time period.
Well, I mean,
There was no dad. There was
I
not-
mean-
Within 200 years, most of them were after, but yeah,
Mhm.
whatever.
yeah, no, it's
We'll
just
just discredit that part.
yeah, no, dude, I'm just saying, dude, Gentama, fucking Balder, fucking all these other ones, Muhammad.
Baldur's Gate 3,
I-
baby.
fuck you.
No, dude, I'm not going to lie to you. Every single one of them has a flood. Every single one of them has a holier than thou motherfucker.
Maybe because there was a flood.
Yes, I
Furman.
know.
Hey, Furman. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Am I out of
You
my
literally said-
fucking
you have
mind?
said-
Am I out of
Bro, you
my
have said-
fucking
you
mind?
have said
Are
nothing
you out of your
Based in
fucking
any
mind?
fact.
No,
You just want to
no, no,
refute
no.
me with anything
I'm
you
gonna
can.
back Furman a little here.
No, he doesn't need it. He's
Well,
he's
it's
talking out of
true.
his cheeks.
There's a
right
lot
now.
of theology that mirrors the Christian theology and different formatting. Yeah, that is true. That's true.
Yes, and the perfect word of God had to be rewrote. Are you out of
You
your
mean-
fucking?
Yes.
Oh no!
Translation,
no,
bro.
no, boo,
Boo translation. Boo understanding. Boo deciphering.
Boo learning. Boo information.
no,
Boo
you-
data.
no,
And
boo.
a friend once told me,
Boo.
"What is translation but modification?"
Exactly.
I mean, it could be slightly modified, but I mean, it can't be super far off.
There's no way to
No.
translate with
All right, Furman. Here's what you're up against. It could be, but it can't be really far off.
Okay.
All right, go.
Okay, so
Can you beat that?
what is the Old Testament
The Torah.
exactly?
Oh, damn. Dropping some knowledge.
Actually, the Torah has different books in it as well.
Well, it has a few extra chapters.
the
but-
directors extended it. Cut.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Jews.
Yeah, the Jews, the extended cut. But what I'm
You
trying
know,
to say,
because of the circumcisions and whatnot.
Yeah, and whatnot. This and that, the other thing.
All right.
but no, look,
I'm ready, Furman.
I'm just saying the perfect infallible word of God has to be recorrected in a Act 2,
No,
Part 2,
no,
Electric Boogaloo.
No,
Part two.
no. Listen,
ready for
okay,
part
The
3.
Old Testament was
It's coming.
description. Oh no, wait, whoa! Close your mouth. You're gonna catch some flies. The Old Testament, all right, was description and history, and the New Testament was prescription.
Doctor's orders.
There's no Act
Bullshit.
2. There was no Act 2. It's the
Dr.
prescription to live.
G.O.D.
Oh, bullshit.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm calling bullshit on this one.
You can call. Okay, that isn't.
Dude.
Let's present some facts then.
Okay. How about the fact that he wiped off? He's got a bigger kill count than the devil.
What does that have to do with this?
Yeah, I always say God met us where we were at. And we were a bunch of killing heathens. So
Facts.
On top of that, all of that happened before Christ. Okay, so all those souls that
Mhm.
God was like, well, these guys aren't redeemable.
they're
and
retroactive.
bombed them. Whenever Jesus, went whenever he was dead for those 3 days,
Mhm.
he went down into the holding room.
Yeah. He got them. He
and
got them back.
he saved them.
1 second.
He gave them the opportunity to be saved.
1 second. Let me just say this for the podcast. Ding, 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 ding. It's time for Bible fights.
In this corner, we have the heathenist of the week,
Ugh.
Furman, standing at 5'8", 315 pounds.
Ouch.
If you don't know your Bible, man, false graves, we're gonna get you there.
Oh, yeah.
One
Yeah, a little
step
roundabout of a little bit. There are some false statements made on false graves about the Bible. Let me just say.
All right.
Wait,
let's,
what's
It's
false?
yeah.
so far?
but it's intrinsically true.
all right. Well, let's
Right.
let's
Just translate it through Grok, and it'll be close to the
Yeah.
truth.
Well, Furman's gonna say that it was modified.
All right. Well, let's hear him. Like St. John, go ahead, take the mic.
About what?
Well, you said there were some false
You
statements.
said he was gonna
What were
be
the false
what he-
statements? Yeah. Join the fray.
It was about the actual statements about what the Old Testament and the New Testament are. So I was going to correct Rick, but it's not it's not anything that changes his statements toward you. It's just like
was it the
some more
description and
things.
prescription?
Yeah.
Description.
Well, because the Old Testament prophesies Christ.
Yeah. Right.
And and even the Torah does
Yes.
until it was changed later.
So what does that have to do with what are you correcting that I said?
I was just correcting the usage of wording. It has nothing to do with
Oh,
your
we're on-
statement.
So
semantics.
I said
your point
description in
still
terms of
stands.
history.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
for
Most
the
of-
Old Testament, I didn't say the Torah was that way.
Semantic.
I said that the Old
Right.
Testament was.
It's semantics.
All right.
But look, I'm just saying, an all-knowing and all-powerful deity could, I don't know, maybe make a world where people don't fuck up.
But then
But then we couldn't choose to love
Yeah,
from
I mean,
it.
then that
We
would-
couldn't
No.
choose to do good.
No,
We would just be
True.
forced to do good.
no, you can
Listen,
be forced to eat
there's gonna
ice
come a
cream.
day, and mark my words on this shit. I'm gonna. Okay, Blade Runner, right? 2077.
Mm.
Dude's got a AI robot wife in the house.
Mhm.
Okay. If comes a day, he can set her free from the programming. You can set your AI sex bot free from the programming to know, does it really love me? Would you do it? You'd do it.
No,
That's really setting her free.
I,
That's if you set her free, like otherwise she's just programmed to love you.
and
yes,
if you
that's
don't,
the
yeah.
point of why
Right,
I bought
right,
her.
Exactly. But Furman, what does it say about you? It says that if you're unwilling to give her freedom, then you don't love her
Yeah.
enough.
So
if
truly, a
you-
loving God gives you the ability to choose to love him or not.
No, he doesn't. Because if you
Yes.
worship another god, I will quote the Bible right now. Everybody get ready for the words of Jimmy.
Jiminy Cricket.
I am an angry God.
Jealous God.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Even better, proving my point. Thank you, St. John. If you choose to go ahead and pick another peaceful religion, he will send you directly to hell.
Time. Your good point. Allow me to counter this.
Straight
Are
to
you-
the depths
are you
with
ready?
you.
Okay, this is important. What you are saying as
Hippie.
what you're describing as worshiping another god is choosing to be apart from the one true God. You are actively choosing to be a part of a lie facilitated by the other beings on earth. You're saying, I would prefer to be apart from you than with you. Whether you say apart from you as you label that as worshiping another god or worshiping no god, you are essentially saying apart from you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you choose to be apart from him, he grants your wish. You get that choice.
Boom, roasted.
Think of it like this, Furman. You're on a sinking ship. Someone comes to save you, says the ship's sinking. You go, no, it's not. I'm going to hang out with the leader of the ship who says it's not sinking. And he goes, okay, your decision.
Here's
You're not
the
fitting
thing.
on the door,
As a
Furman.
believer, I feel like Furman's got some legs right now. Honestly, Furman's got some legs. I don't know.
More legs than me?
There are-
no way.
There are
There ain't
physical
nobody
legs.
with more
Well,
legs
I
than you,
just don't know that you
motherfucker.
guys you guys are busting his kneecaps. Like I'm not seeing it.
I said a couple sentences and he turned to me and said, "You're fucking retarded." Okay, my knees were
Furman
were
has not
swung
done a
at
great
first.
job rebuffing.
You don't think?
No,
Really?
he just moved
No,
on
really?
to God killed people. Yeah.
No, that one's bad. But
Yeah,
the
that-
rest,
Yeah.
the rest.
And
Like-
I've responded with true points. I'm not trying to just make up stuff. And I'm really
Furman.
I'm not trying to condemn you, Furman.
30 seconds consolidated. Shut them down. What's your 30-second breakdown of why they don't know what they're talking about?
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about all the people that don't know about Christianity. Let's talk about all the people that are
I was
peaceful.
waiting to see the
They were
counter.
good. They were fucking
Like
able
a
to go ahead.
countdown timer.
They were able to go ahead and spend their entire lives doing nothing but good. They are condemned to hell because they did not either know or did not consolidate with those particular beliefs. However, they were peaceful, calm, good people. We are sending them to hell?
Okay, so
Really?
if somebody doesn't know Christ, something to know about God is that he is a fair judge. So if somebody had no idea who Christ was and they anyways chose to live a life as moral as possible, God's not going to condemn them for not knowing.
What's your
You
definition?
can't condemn somebody for being ignorant.
No, what's your definition of morality?
It's defined by God.
Okay, what's
So
his?
outside of God, it becomes sketchy. But there is like if you grow up with and you can see what has a good effect on people, what has a bad effect on people, what infringes upon their free will and what doesn't. You can make choices that seem to be you just because you don't know the name Christ doesn't mean you don't see the light.
Okay, and I can understand that, but do you think that the people of Mexico know how to get into Valhalla?
No, but they sure know how to move some cocaine across the border.
Amen to that. But
He
that's
is-
my point. Is like, just because your morality is this way does not mean that their morality works that way. They could be perfectly good people.
It
and
actually
I-
does mean that. They are the same.
No.
Everybody has moral law ingrained on their souls.
So, guys, I'm not trying to give us a 2-hour episode, but I got to throw this in.
Mm.
There's the moral argument, and as a believer, I still struggle with the moral, like that religion is the basis of our morality. I struggle with believing that. Here's why: in an animal group, there is a give and take that forms. In a social animal group, give and take naturally forms. A pack of monkeys are going to have, there's an alpha, there's followers, but there's still a sharing, there's a communal aspect to that life. And they're a more intelligent, being. And there's, fish and schools, but that's just more like prey. Why is it so hard to believe that a species as intelligent as humans wouldn't just organically develop a community conscience?
That's a very good question. That's something that I've posited for a while is, do you think that we are going to end up in a hive mind?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to stay
I don't know
on this topic.
that means what we're talking about.
No,
Maybe, but I am trying.
I do have an answer, by the way.
Yeah, because my thought is, people go, well, we get it from God, we get it from Christian values. I'm like, all that aside, and I know humans have had a rough history.
Mm.
There'd still be some morals. There'd still be some community value. I think that would form just by being the human species.
Yeah, but it's going to be extremely flawed, and it's like, for example, I mean, like slavery. You know what I mean? Like it could, a whole society can be convinced.
Extremely flawed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah, we messed that up in 1776.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying, like, as people, we can come up with things that we think are like okay, and not think twice about it. And after a few centuries, it's just going to be normal.
Getting
So,
bitches
I mean,
and doing cocaine.
Like now for example, if you grew up with a slave around the house, you wouldn't think we're infringing upon their free will. You're just gonna be like, this is how it is. And there's nothing wrong with this.
Here would be my counter. Just think, okay, the human brain is such a monumental achievement of organic life. The ability it has is unprecedented to our knowledge and our Earth, our ecosystem.
Only using 5% of it. Also,
it's worth going. It could take time for the consciousness to develop, even on its own. Like, if there's a species, let's say if you believe in evolution and it's evolving into a bird, right? It might take centuries, eons before that bird can become truly fly. It might just be like a duck or just something that can only take limited flight. And I'm saying with brains like we have coming into organic life, it could take who knows how long for us to develop the consciousness we have today. And the things that we've turned away and said, nope, that's wrong. I'm still going could just be a product of that developing consciousness, like evolution to a degree.
I could see where you're coming from on this one.
St. John, you said you had something to say on this.
I do have a few things to say. Firstly, I think it's difficult to quantify the relationship between animal and human and say, well, animals do it, why don't we do it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because
otters rape penguins.
yeah, there's
What
plenty
the
of,
fuck?
there's plenty
Yeah.
of things animals do
That are bad.
that are animalistic.
Yeah.
Right. But because we are both animal and spiritual, that's why there's a difference. And so the idea that we can create things like community that animals do is not far-fetched. You would call that just the instinct of the hunter-gatherer instinct. That's something that did happen, that is something that has constantly happened. That's why the majority of people live in cities.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but it's a different thing to quantify, but also the idea that all of our things come from a book is not entirely, I would say, accurate either. I would say we're made in the image of God. Therefore, we have the moral law written onto it. Like, have you ever read Mere Christianity?
Parts.
That whole book is a series of talks that C.S. Lewis did on the radio during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was kind of building from the ground up what the Christian belief is from an outside perspective, talking about moral law first. and
Right.
Exactly what we're talking about right now. And so I would wholly recommend it. Of course, I have a physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
But you said something that I was going to talk about, but now I can't remember what you said.
Birds flying,
Battlestar
Evolution.
Galactica.
brains
Battlestar-
evolving, the consciousness coming out of the blue, unprecedented.
Yeah, I think our consciousness was gifted to us. I don't think animals have consciousness. I think they have instinct only.
Hmm.
And so I think that's where we have the ability and therefore responsibility to act morally.
Wait a minute. So does that mean that not all dogs go to heaven?
Yes.
Our
Oh,
producer.
bumming me out on the
Hey,
last
you know what?
end of
What is it
this.
you said? You know, whenever someone says dogs go to heaven, he likes to stand up with his chest puffed out and say, "I don't like that."
No, he's like, cats definitely go to hell.
That's true. That's true. Cats will eat you if you're dead for long enough.
Dogs will eat you if you're
No, they
dead
won't.
long
Dogs won't eat you.
enough. Oh yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Oh, dude.
Let's prove it. Let's test it.
Oh, dude. I actually
right.
got a couple of
You
old
got a
people.
brother. He goes
I'm gonna
to
kill
dog.
Micah and see how long it takes for Dave to
Oh,
start gnawing on
Dave
it.
ain't gonna never eat that man. Dave is too sweet.
So,
For the podcast, everybody, Dave is a fluffy little floof ball that's made out of pure love. I will fully support you, Dave. Don't
Wait,
worry.
you're supporting Dave in eating Micah, or you're supporting Dave in all of his conquests?
Well, I mean, if he humps him, eats him, you just got to be that cheerleader in the background,
so I think we've had some pretty enthralling discussion about
Very
this.
thought-provoking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
I don't know that we've changed any minds here on the panel.
Yeah.
But for those at home,
Definitely not.
But remember to tune in to False Graves podcast for ting 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 Bible fights.
yeah, we always go
Every
there.
now and then, Bible fights.
I'm left, still with the same question I opened with. What's it worth?
It's worth what you make it.
Okay, that's one. Not a bad answer. I don't think I ever got Frick's answer on one.
Well, actually, the first thing I said was everything, but after these like enthralling conversations, it's worth sacrificing for. It's worth giving up the temporary for the eternal.
Ah,
It's worth it all for the light.
That's true.
that's if you don't live in the dark. Because for you guys, there is an eternal. For me, it's the now.
There's an eternal for you too, though.
I think it's worth the story you can actually believe.
And
All right.
then they will find that it was inside themselves the entire time.
Well, as
Also, the power of friendship.
The worth was the friends we made along the way.
right.
It is not the journey, but it is the legend.
Well, it's been a good ride this evening. Glad to have been back on the pod, even with my, the mental
Disability.
strain. Right? No, I don't know about disability.
Mental strain coupled with me
Yeah.
saying disability right over
Yeah,
it.
so
Perfect.
that was too much. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Don't trip in the darkness. Big Kahuna
Yeah.
out.
And remember, always from the darkness, stay positive, test negative.
For those at home, I leave you with a mission. The same mission we're all on. In any way possible, be more popular than ass and titties.
Oh, drink water, drink water, drink water, bitch. 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 Brush your teeth every day. Oh, don't play too many games. Oh, only 3 hours a day. Oh, respect your parents. Okay. Oh, love your mom, love your dad. Always say please and thank you. Oh, if you say words like fucking shit, I'll come to your house and spank you. Oh.